Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to my first ever, review of a current movie, which is going to be Avengers: Age of Ultron. Yes, the movie everyone has seen, saw, and had advertising shoved down their throats for. I'll admit, I got caught up in the hype train on this one. I did. I went in expecting this to be an amazing spectacle of a movie, and wasn't too disappointed. Was not too disappointed. Now, there are a few things that I didn't like. There are a few things that were a little weird, a few things that were kind of forced, and one thing that's probably going to annoy a few ladies in the audience, but I don't really know what's up with that. I ain't even going to touch that one, because I don't know, man. That's a weird one for me. But this is going to be a two-parter. This is going to be, one part is going to just be standard review, no spoilers if I can help it. No spoilers. If I screw up, there will be a warning somewhere. And part two will be a more in-depth discussion about, well, pretty much everything else. I'm going to try and keep them both relatively short, even though you guys know how I like to ramble. Now, in this movie, they have a lot of great moments, and some of the best, in my opinion, come from Ultron himself, the main big bad guy. Well, we all know it's a robot played by James Spader, and it was good, really good. When it comes to the fact that he's a robot that you don't see often in cinema, and it's a robot with a personality. It's a robot that cracks jokes and quips back and forth. And, talks trash. Really, quite a lot. He has a lot of really good one-liners, which is really strange. Because he's a robot. He's got a better personality than some of the other actors in the movie. He's got a better personality than Quicksilver. Well, he's not technically Quicksilver, but we all know it's Quicksilver. Just because, Marvel doesn't have the rights to him. Which, that's really a weird one to me. But, whatever. They don't have the rights to Quicksilver. It doesn't really matter. The guy had no character development, neither did his sister. His sister had slightly more with her little motivational speech that she got from Hawkeye, which was pretty good, And boy, this was Hawkeye's movie. It really was. This was not an Avengers movie. This was Hawkeye, the film. And I like Jeremy Renner. I love the dude as an actor. I loved him in Bourne Legacy, where he put Matt Damon to shame. Maybe it's just because I hate Matt Damon. For some reason. I don't know why I do, but I just don't like the man. It's not his fault. I don't know. Whatever. But Jeremy Renner had a lot of character development in this film. Or at least they made it seem like he had a lot of character development. They go out to, spoilers, I almost did it. But they introduce something out of the blue. Where it's like, oh, okay, so this is supposed to make me care about him even more. And it didn't. I'm like, yeah, I know what you're doing. No. It's a nice idea. It's clever. You got some people. You did. But no, I don't care. Man. Oh, and the Hulkbuster scene. Everyone's going to talk about the Hulkbuster scene where, it's Tony and Bruce clashing for the first time on film. And it's fun. It's pretty fun, I'll admit. It's very different because you've never seen them do that in an Avengers movie where they just start wrecking the place. But it's got a lot of good jokes from Iron Man, and the Hulk actually has a lot of comedic ability to be a CGI monster, which is pretty cool, I guess. Pretty cool, I guess. Now, I do like this movie, but there are a few things that royally agitated me. Like one, 3D. Why does everything have to be in 3D? I don't like 3D. I don't like it. Most people who know me know that I wear glasses. And 3D is a nightmare if you have glasses. Maybe not a nightmare for some people, because, they do the smart thing, get contacts, but, whatever. It really annoys me, it irks me to the point of, I might not go see it just because it's in 3D. But this movie, even though the experience of watching it was freaking grueling, this was a movie, man. This was a marathon, practically. I went in there, I spent about 5-6 hours watching this movie, even though it was only about 3 hours long. I like to figure out how that happened. I don't really know what was up with that. That was a tough one. But I've been thinking about it, and there are a lot of things that they did slightly wrong, but none of it really jumped out to me like the character development I was talking about. That one really jumped out and smacked me in the face. And yeah, I've got like an arrow mark on the back of my neck from that one. That's just not cool. And man, they try to make you care way too much for a couple of people. They really do. It's weird. And the twins of the movie, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, they were kind of out of nowhere, and you really don't care about them at all. You know, they bring them in, it's like, wait, you're bad, now you're good, now you're bad again, now you're good again. Oh, okay, whatever. I don't want to know if they're gonna flip flop around that much. I may as well be listening to Mitt Romney talk. 2012 political joke? I just made it. Did anyone get it? No. Boy, I gotta tell you guys, it gets a little weird at some points, and the action is nuts, because they are putting about 4 films worth of action into one movie, which they've been doing pretty good. They did really well with it. Now, some people complained about the editing being choppy, and I'm not an editor. I don't know. That's why I don't edit my own stuff. That's why I got Juvie to do this stuff for me. I just don't have the time, and I don't really care to do editing. It's boring, soul-crushing. I just don't want to do it. But, you know, I didn't notice anything that was innately bad. I was more taken by the characters, which, you know, I think that's what they go for. They go for the characters, not for the skill and direction and all that, which I prefer. I don't really care. I know Joss Whedon can write, and I don't know if he directed this. I don't think he did, but if he did a good job. I don't know if it was him. I think it was him, but I don't know. Which, it felt just like the other one. It felt just like the original Avengers. And the more and more we talk about this movie, or I talk about this movie, and you guys sit there and listen impatiently for me to shut up, the more I realize that I liked it, but there were certain things that needed to be changed. Little things. Now, the question that pops into my head is, would I pay to see this movie again? Would I recommend that you guys go out and pay money to watch this if you're into the comic book genre of movies and you like this and you're invested? Yeah, I would go see this again. In fact, I'm not sure I won't. I actually might do it, which is something I have never done. I've never watched a film in theaters more than once, and this one's making me consider it. I didn't even say that about the first Avengers movie, so that's a plus. Now, I have to say this is a good movie. I don't have a rating system on my show, as you guys know. It's generally be sliced in half or crushed, or, yeah, it was good. It was good. It's worth your money. And this movie is definitely worth your money. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. And I will see you guys next time.